In Season 3 of the Elestriad, we have two Torchons racing to make the top 8. On the left, we have a Torchon representing MBT. On the right, we have a Torchon representing the LawYGO. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, what a finish! Welcome back, everyone, to the Season 3 of the Elestriad. We are the TCG Dome, but my name is MBT's Torchon, or you can call me Ceruli.
And my name is the Law's Torchon, or you can call me Hazy. Speaking of Torchon, you can pre-order Moonrise at shopelestrals.com. Get yourself a playset of the brand new Fire Healer. While you're at it, grab some playmats, deck boxes, or even some sleeves to bling out your game.
In today's top 16 clash, we have MBT representing the Water Pantheon versus the LawYGO representing the Thunder Pantheon. Both casters have fought hard to get here. With that being said, today's clashes should be epic! But first, let's check out what MBT boiled up for this week's match.
Well, unfortunately, the time has come for me to put down another member of the Caster's Corner. I'm playing against Law, and I'll be completely honest with you, I'm at least a little bit concerned, mostly because Law is a Thunder caster, and Thunder has a ton of momentum coming into this week as it just won a webcam tournament. The list that Swole won with, Arcalith, or Uncalith, depending on who you ask, can be built card for card using the Elestriad's rule set, so, that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm building a deck that I think has an okay matchup against it. It's Draking, and the reason I think it has an okay matchup against it is because of this card, Edward, who matches up very well against the bunny specifically. That said, one of the big pluses to Draking is that it plays well around the suite of back row that people are packing. However, Thunder Nexus deck in particular does have access to Race to the Top, which is just a hard removal spell I'm a little concerned about. I've loaded up on critters that deal with Rabbit specifically, as well as Rabbit myself, and because I expect us to have to get into Weather Wars, I'm main decking 3 Jolton. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm looking to find Rock and Hard Place early and often, as well as Tsunami, which has a ton of utility against the Law's deck, I imagine, Atlantis, and my court-ordered Poseidon. I maybe should go up on this card, but I'm a greedy bastard. For our non-Elestrals cards, we have 2 Nog, 3 Ambro, 3 PTA, kind of necessary in a Rabbity format, 3 Shield, and 3 Gorgons. We're also playing the 1 Resting, really hurting for removal, especially against the deck that gets to play so many guys that either have 5 defense or get a 5 in their stats after Mount Olympus is active, but we do what we can. The boy math on this one is pretty bad. I am, I believe, on 13 Leviathan, 4 Owloon, and 3 Zaptor, and I hope that's going to be enough. I'm kind of running the same side deck as last week. Almost nothing changed, if only because I am so confident that Law is going to play the Uncalith list that I figure I'm just pre-sided. Hoping for the best, expecting the worst. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? Let's see if we can be forever young, baby.
Whew. MBT's Draking and Kerbis list looks fierce, utilizing creatures of the deep to destroy and steal opponents' Elestrals. Also worth noting, the use of 3 Jolton and 1 copy of Atlantis to counter Mount Olympus and Race to the Top. I guess we'll see how that goes. Another thing to note is cards like Mustache and Ash Rabbit have big defense stats that can be hard to out by battle.
Yeah, Water's looking scary, but as a fellow Thunder caster, totally don't want the Law to win. I'm sure whatever the Law brings will be electrifying. Let's check it out.
We made it to top 16, and we're the only ones in our team that did. We're gonna carry, it's okay. The list you see before you might look extremely familiar. That is because it is card for card Swolax's list from a recent webcam event. I've actually been working with Swolax on this, trying to play test here and there, see where I can make adjustments for specifically the Water matchup. But as it kind of turns out, he basically made the perfect list, and I do not think that I can adjust it at all without really breaking anything. All in all, it's going to actually be very similar to the list that I played against PK last time, so hopefully it can carry us through against Joseph. Beyond that, let's kind of just go through some of the more basic ideas here. This is Thunder. You can call it Uncalith, you can call it Thunder Nexus, I guess, but really it is just Thunder good stuff. The main idea is that 3 of our big thunder guys, specifically that of Jolton, Elechic, and Toxion, are all 4s, meaning that under Mount Olympus they become 5s, which are all really, really good. They all also have an extremely good effect, with Jolton searching for Mount Olympus directly, Elechic searching for our Zeus, and Toxion burning for 1, meaning that they always get either a resource added back to hand to replace themselves, or they go even on spirits against the opponent. Also, we have Bunny because Bunny is Bunny. The big standouts here are probably these 2 right here. Arcalith specifically is useful because when it comes down, it can either represent the end of the game by pushing enough damage into open board state, or by putting more energy back onto your board, specifically by reattaching it to Rabbit or Toxion to get the immediate bonuses, or onto Zeus so that you have more fuel to knock down attack stats. Quackle, on the other hand, proved to be extremely useful last time, and he's back in. Being able to heal 3 on a summon is really powerful, especially since Quackle under Mount Olympus is a 3/4, meaning that it is actually really live with Race to the Top. Speaking of Race to the Top, we are playing this spell because it is a 1-cost removal spell. With Earthquake being at 1, it is the best removal in the format by far, and it is kind of insane the amount of value you can get off of that. Spirit count wise, there really is no reason to play any more than just the 2 earth that we need, and then 3 water. We have 2 for the actual eddy cast, and then 1 for if it gets shielded back to hand or we need to attack through a tsunami. It's just really there for a little bit of convenience. And then 15 Zaptors. Believe it or not, we need all 15, so really going to see how that goes there. As for our sideboard here, we've got 3 Galaxy and a Leviathan. This is more so for if we are going into something where we need the 5 attacker that also can dodge PTAs, because really funny there, it goes to 5/0. We've got 3 Boom Bats for anything we need to clear like with extra removal spells. Those will standardly go in over the Toxions. We've got 3 Cryoblast in case we are going up against specifically 5s, which I do have a suspecting feeling that it's there. It's also really good against Curibus in case we go up against that. We got 2 Thunderstorm for anything which involves specifically Chronodile. Joseph is most likely going to want to stick a Poseidon if that is the case, and that's easy removal for that Poseidon. We got Resting because it's resting, and then the 2 Floor Mines go with the Cryoblast. With that said, am I confident for this week? I'd like to think so. This is actually a deck I am extremely comfortable with, and I cannot wait to see how it plays. Ball's in your court, Joseph.
Did he just call us out for being losers?
I think he did. Anyway, some key cards in the Laws deck are Eddy, Galaxy in the side deck, Race to the Top, and Arcalith. Eddy and Galaxy can provide surprise encounters against a water deck. Race to the Top and Arcalith can provide Thundercasters a major advantage in the Elestriad format.
Absolutely. One thing's for sure, this week's match is going to be crazy! With all that being said, we'll see you
In the clash!
Alright, and we are off to the races. We're going to start off with a Nectar of the Gods. It's going to cost them 2 spirits, but it's going to draw MBT 2 new cards. And then it's followed by an Ass Rabbit. So we're going to be drawing a total of 3 cards on your opening turn. It's got to feel good. Look at the top 3, check 1 out whenever it receives a Thunder Spirit, making it just so good, especially with that 5 defense. Then he's going to set 2 face down. That's about as good as opening turn as you can hope for if you're MBT.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what Law can do to match it. He's got a Thunder down, but it's going to be a Jolton. He's going to be able to search his deck for a Stadium Rune. No doubt that is going to be Mount Olympus. If you're MBT, you probably want to GG's that. But I don't know. So early in the game, it's tough to decide that. But the Law does go ahead and put 2 face downs, and he passes it back to MBT.
Yeah, note to why to GG's that you know that Race to the Top is such an important aspect, but Moss Station comes down with that 1 defense and 6 attack. We are going to see that Spirit to Expend Moss Station can flip its attack and defense, giving it 6 attack for this turn. So it's going to go ahead and go into battle phase and try to attack over that Jolton, but it's going to be met with Shield of Achilles. Oof, not what you want to see if you're MBT. Shield of Achilles making pretty much that expend to activate the Crab's effect ineffective, and it's going to bring MBT down in spirits.
Oh, and then we're going to see a Toxeon from Law. He's going to burn an extra spirit from MBT. He probably wishes he had an Ambrosia in hand right about now. It's only a 2-spirit difference, but it is worth noting that the Law has 2 spirits, or 2 Elestrals on board. He's also got 2 back row to batch MBTs, but we'll see what MBT's bringing now.
Ooh, and down comes an Eddy, a pretty good card here to try and change the battle position of Jolton or Toxeon in order to attack over. Oh, but up flips a Gorgon's Gaze. That's going to make it so Eddy can't attack, and it can also not switch positions. Not that it really matters. Astrabic can't get over the 2 defense of either of them, so just stopping attack is good enough, and then it'll be passed to the Law's turn.
Ooh, excellent plays on Law's end. Getting met with having the right counter runes to wow.
Oh.
The boy has dropped the bomb. Oh!
Another gaze.
Gorgon's Gaze to stop the 3-spirit regen back onto Arcalith and Toxeon. No doubt the Law was trying to burn him for another spirit there while hitting for even more across Eddy with Arcalith.
But down comes Mount Olympus.
Ooh, what are we gonna see? Oh, no race to the top.
That's gonna make it so Toxeon can go to 5 attack and attack over the Eddy. So you still get something out of it if you're Law. So you're feeling good that you have that Mount Olympus in hand.
Feeling very, very good.
Ooh, Laurels. Take out that Toxeon, which is good. But what do you do about the Arcalith with that 6 attack, 8 attack now with Mount Olympus up? You're really trying to figure out what to do. Oh, we're seeing an Ascension.
An Ascension?
MBT's own for a Thunder Enchanted Dracking, making it a 9 attack, which is better than 8 last time I checked.
That might be better than 8. Oh, you gotta be kidding! Altar of Stars! What a smart play by the Law, taking 1 off of Arcalith to activate Altar, nexusing off of his Mount Olympus.
In order to get rid of that Mount Olympus too, which is huge.
Absolutely.
And keeping that Arcalith alive, what a play.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool play.
All right.
I love Altar of Stars. It's such a good card.
I love Elestrals and Elichick. Elichick's great. He's going to be able to search for his Zeus. That is going to be a key card again up against MBT here. Going to ensure that all of his Elestrals can attack over pretty much everything MBT can bring. He's going to go ahead and enchant 1 extra onto that Zeus, bringing it for a total of 2. But he's going to disenchant, bringing the Dracking down to a 6.
1 defense.
6? No, because Mount Olympus was out.
Oh,
that's gone. Okay. Dracking's gone.
That's all that matters.
And the Law is going to hit for some spirits and pass it right back over.
So we got 2 face down for MBT, and then here comes the defense position Moss Station, which in normal circumstances is a very good thing, but when you're staring down that Zeus, you got to better have back row. Hopefully something like Tsunami. Tsunami here would be very, very crucial for MBT, as he can flip that Arcalith to defense, and then eventually make it so that Moss Station. But down comes a Mount Olympus, so now Arcalith's defense is going to be 6, even if it's switched to defense. So you're most likely keeping Arcalith around unless it's hit by something
race
like
to the
Shield.
top!
Oh!
Here we go! He hits a race to the top! Wow. If the Law can connect on these swings, he pretty much ensures that he has the game. But with no back row, anything can happen.
Tsunami! See, that Tsunami is still saving the game. Such a crucial card and such a big advantage for water casters here in the Elestriad.
Absolutely. MBT went from losing 4 spirits to losing 1.
We still got a close game in our hand, but what does MBT got? An Astrabic looking for something to hopefully take care of it. Notably, not playing Earthquake in the deck. Even though it's still a 1-of, you don't have that 1-of to take out something like that Arcalith and potentially save you for a turn. That would have been huge in this position. But the Ambrosia is going to be huge as well, bringing the spirit count back to 6/6. 1 more face down, and it's still not looking too good for MBT with the high attack on that. Oh, and down comes Eddy to put it to attack. Ooh.
Is that going to be GG's?
Because the thing that saves MBT here is another Tsunami, but without that, And now that Eddie can dodge it, that no matter what, your Astrabbit's going down unless you shield and Tsunami here. That's about the, I mean, maybe Gorgon's Gaze as well, but you're losing a lot of spirits, and that board is looking full, but down comes the Tsunami.
The second Tsunami.
Oh,
the
you're
Law.
feeling pretty good. Oh, and I forgot that the Tsunami changes that Astrabbit back to defense, making it so that Eddie can't attack over. It's the one thing where Eddie does play around Tsunami, but when Astrabbit's on the board and it flips back to the defense, it does not.
Wow, MBT's brain's got to be hurting after that one. It must be coming through his skull.
Here's another scenario, though, where maybe if MBT had that second Atlantis, you draw into it, and you don't need the Jolton, you can take out that Mount Olympus, and that Moss Station that you just brought down would be crucial here, because it would have been able to attack over that Arcalith, and you would have been feeling really good. But, you know,
with the
he
two
got,
extra
like he said,
backrow.
he got greedy.
So Law's going to disenchant from the Zeus. I'm sure he's bringing down that Mustation. He's pretty much ensuring that he can use every Elestral that he has to bring that guy down.
Let's see what he does. All right.
Going Eddie.
Eddie over the Rabbit.
Okay, so he
Yep.
brought down the Rabbit.
Yep, brought down the Rabbit because Arcalith can attack over with the high attack, which
That's
is
true.
which
Probably
makes
don't
sense.
want the re-enchant.
Okay, Gorgon's Gaze it's gonna keep the Moss Station around because neither Elichik or Jolton, even with the attack boost, can attack over that 6 defense.
Boy, you got to be feeling really good if you're the low.
You really want to
YGO.
see that. You really want to see that Atlantis. That's here. That Mount Olympus, that attack boost is really hurting MBT here. Another Ambrosia though, potentially keeping you in the game, putting you back to 3.
I don't know about this one though. 3
Yeah,
spirits,
can
it do it?
With that board, just how wide it is, you're not feeling in a good position if you're MBT.
Oh, not at all. The 2 back row is nice,
And then
but
you're gonna pass. Yep.
Yep.
Not much you can do about it. Yep. That's game.
He's just gonna scoop it. That makes sense.
All right, game 1. Quick and easy.
Quick and easy.
We saw the power of Thunder, how quick Arcalith can come in. The power of Mount Olympus powers, like attack boost, huge. Race to the top, huge. This deck is very scary, but MBT does have some things that he can pull out of his hat.
Absolutely. If we see a Curvus or another Draken come down, it's going to be really, really scary for the TheLawYGO. He's going to have to depend on those counter runes heavily. As we saw last game, he had a counter rune for pretty much every interaction. So if we can see that again.
That altar play, wow.
That was nice.
I love that one.
Yep. That was nice.
All right, y'all. Game 2.
Game 2.
Let's get it going. All right, same first play, starting off with Astrabbit for MBT. Best thing you can see right away, getting that card advantage with that defense setup and set 2. It's exactly what you want to see. I mean,
Same
you
as
had
last
it last time, but hopefully this time it gets you more to what you need.
We're going to see the Thunder Spear with another Astrabbit from the
Ooh.
TheLawYGO this time.
That beautiful tournament pack Astrabbit as well. I love that Astrabbit.
Absolutely. We're going to see 3 back row from the Law.
Ooh.
That's he's fortifying his defenses.
Yep. All right, let's see what MBT's got. Down comes a re-enchant on the Rabbit. That's one of the best things. Now, too, if Mount Olympus comes down, you have a 7 attacker, plus you're gaining that advantage. That's the one. And now you have an extra spirit on board, so you can potentially use that spirit again, just creating all sorts of advantage for yourself.
We're going to see
Oh,
a boom bat from the Law. Oh,
that
I'm
is
sure MBT did not
huge.
expect that. A GG's the only thing that can
Oh, and
stop
it takes
that.
it down.
Oh, it's probably best to keep that Rabbit in defense for next turn, but we will see.
And down comes a Zeus.
Okay.
I wonder what that's.
Yeah.
it's not
really
not
alter?
obvious at all. Definitely Circle of the Sky.
Smart
Next
play, I
turn.
think, on the Law's part
Yes,
here.
do it anyways.
Punching for 1, you might as well. You've
Yeah.
got 3 back row. What's the worst he can do?
Oh, but Laurel's the one.
That's the worst he could
Yeah.
do. Oh, man.
Down comes a Mustation. No need to expend to make it till 6. You can just poke in for 1, and then Mustation's effect can actually be activated also on the opponent's turn. But we see PTA anyways, which is going to take it out at the end phase, but it did allow for MBT to expend and get attack in, and then now it'll die. So they're bringing it to 6 attack, but it'll still die in the end phase.
Something worth to note is if you have 0 attack on an Elestral like PTA brought Mustation down, you cannot perform an attack against the Spirit deck and deal damage. That is why he expended to bring himself switch back to the 6 attack.
Ooh, Drakid. Drakid comes down on an empty board, so you're still able to get in. Its effect will not come in handy to target a spirit and exchange its base attack with it, but it'll still be able to poke in for 1, which is what MBT needs. It needs to keep that pressure on, try to build that board wide before the Law does.
Absolutely, and we're going to see a Toxion down. A decent time to run it. The spirit count isn't getting crazy by any means, but you know, you got to chip off your opponent while you can.
Yep, and that 4 attacks that attack over.
Oh, and we forgot. He's definitely got an altar down.
Yeah.
So.
We got another card it can be used for.
Yep.
Oh, but down comes a Tsunami, which will be huge.
Now Drakid's going to be able to switch that attack next turn and take down the
Okay, so
Toxion.
here comes the altar, and what's going to happen here is you're going to alter using the spirit off of Zeus back onto Toxion. You're going to switch that Toxion back to the attack, so that way you can attack over Drakid this turn, which is going to be huge.
Burn for 1 and hit over the Drakid?
Yeah, that's a huge play. The Law's use of altar so far in this match has been exquisite. So good.
Absolutely. Very impressed by my teammate. Even
Shield of Achilles, which is going to be good. I really hope that MBT does not have Rock in a Hard Place, though, in his hand, because that Ascension will not be able to happen with it, because there's no Elestral to target with that card. And we have not seen it yet, either, maybe. But down comes Eddy. Ooh. Eddy's effect, I guess, use Eddy's effect to change Drakid to attack. Why not? And down comes Poseidon. I think you bring down Poseidon here. MBT is probably thinking to get some more damage in. Now that MBT is down 5, it is probably crucial that you get as much damage in as you can.
Absolutely. Now, if the Law has a shield down, he's going to have to choose which Elestral to bounce. Most likely the Drakid or the
Eddy.
Or Eddy, actually.
With
yeah.
more spirits on it, get those spirits off the board. Do what you can, but it looks like the Law is just going to go ahead and take those spirits.
Ooh.
Bringing it down to an 8-6 match in favor of the TheLawYGO, but down comes an Ambrosia, so you're just getting all those spirits you lost right back.
Got to be feeling good about that one. Let's see what he brings, though. I mean, the Law.
You still need Elestrals at this point, because if you have no Elestrals, it's getting scary. But there's one.
Oh, not the second.
No.
The Toxion.
Oh, that's perfect right now against
Wow.
MBT. And notably, we don't know, but MBT was not main decking any healers of any sort. Oh,
that is very notable because I realize, I feel like that's a crucial part of the water strategy and having access to Sluggle and Jatwagwa. I feel like that's just
big.
help a lot.
But we did just see a PTA on that Toxion. I'm going to bring it down to 2 attack and destroy it in the end phase. So it is going to be able to crash with the Drakid, which is not going to make it so that MBT does not have to expend in order to destroy. But he is going to lose the Drakid. He's also going to lose the ability again to use Rock in a Hard Place because there's no Elestrals on the Law side. Which, if you're trying to ascend and get into a Kerberos, that really makes it harder if you're MBT. But down comes Ambrosia. Going to use 1 water. Going to bring back 2 Leviathan and 1 Owloon, bringing the spirit count back to 6. So it's still a very close game. You're doing the same thing with Poseidon. Going to try and get more damage in. And you got those 3 back row to protect the Eddy. Now, what you really are hoping if you're MBT is potentially do you protect the Eddy, and then do you keep an Elestral on the Law side so that way you can activate Rock in a Hard Place and ascend into Kerberos.
Ooh, expend a draw?
Ooh, that could be huge for MBT. Expecting to draw here is perfect.
We're looking at 6.
Oh no!
He deletes the altar to play the Earthquake.
Oh,
He must have top decked that off the expend a draw. Wow.
Wow. That's about as much as you can ask for.
Absolutely. The spirits are looking a little dicey yet. MBT's got
MBT.
6, and the Law has 4 in his deck, but 1 on field.
Yep.
MBT better have an Elestral here. The counter runes are going to be inactive soon enough, meaning if the players decide to cast a counter rune, they will most likely use 2 and burn themselves close to 0.
But MBT is not going to bring down the Elestral, just going to set 1 more back row and pass turn. And then there comes a Jolton from the TheLawYGO. That is not what you want to see if you're MBT. getting out that Mount Olympus, which did so much work against you the last game, and without having any Elestrals to pressure, you're really not feeling good. But PTA is good, but when you're this low on spirits, you're going to bring yourself down to 2. You're going to be down to 3 after Jolton gets in for attack, if that attack gets in. So you're happy to get rid of that Jolton, but you really need to see an Elestral if you're MBT.
Absolutely. Got 2 spirits on MBT to the Law's 3 spirits. Let's see what MBT is going to bring.
MBT's turn. So MBT's still at 2.
Oh, is that the 3rd Ambrosia?
Oh my gosh. Is that the 3rd one?
I think that's the 3rd.
Oh my lord.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the 3rd.
I see little asterisks being like, you were wrong. Alright, down comes Eddie. That's what you want to see. If you're MBT, you need an Elestral on board to create board presence, protect your spirit deck, and also start to deal damage to the Law. Because when you are down this low in spirits, counter runes become very ineffective as they'll just take up everything else that you have. So that's exactly what you want to see if you're MBT.
Oh!
No! Don't do it to him!
No!
Oh! Down comes Toxion. Toxion's effect to receive 1 Thunder and then burn MBT for 1. And then Mount Olympus, and you have the Zeus up to deal with it. That is the best thing.
Does he have a race to the top off the Zeus?
Oh,
he has a race to the top! Oh, no!
Disgusting. Oh, but Tsunami, but using it off of the Eddy in order to protect your spirit deck for 1 more. So it's going to keep the spirit deck at 2 for MBT, and it's going to be at 0 for the Law. So so it's going to be 2 on board for the Law and 2 in the spirit deck. But Altar of Stars comes down. Oh no, is that going to be? Oh, the Altar plays have been insane.
The Law, you did not just do that.
Don't do that.
No.
No. No. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
This is going to ensure that he wins.
Oh, but we have the Gorgon's Gaze.
No, he can't do anything. The Law takes game 2.
Okay, so what happened here is you're gonna Gorgon's Gaze. You're gonna Gorgon's Gaze the Toxion, so that the Toxion cannot attack. It cannot burn for 1. So we're gonna go to 0/0. But because the Altar effect does not need to Nexus that spirit off of Mount Olympus, that spirit's gonna stay on board. We're gonna wait until the Law gets an Ambrosia, and that's gonna be the game for the Law.
That's gonna be game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was unbelievable. What a way to close out this match. Riley, do you have any final words?
No, I lost my glasses. I'm all discombobulated.
Oh.
But all I can say is that was an excellent showcase of how great of a game this is. Altar of Stars, such a crazy good card. The Law, hats off to you for doing it. MBT, congratulations on an incredible season. You're one of the best. You inspire other content creators like this, like us, and that was a masterful game, but a quick 2-0 at the end of the day by the Law.
Wow.
Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.
Have a great day.